The Mad Splatters debut LP came out in November 2017 on Mom's Basement Records. It came out on 116 copies of Black Record and 118 copies on Translucent Red Record. Now there's a myth about this record that says if you hold it up to the light on a rainy day and
The Mad Splatter time is here! You're probably wondering to yourself, why is this very good guy saying that Mad Splatter time is here? Is he holding a bunch of splattered guts in his hand? No! Is he holding a record that's got a Mad Splattery design on it? No! Is he holding a record from a band that's called Mad Splatter? Yes, he is! Mad Splatter time is here! In fact, as the LP, The Rose by the band, the Mad Splatter, as you can see here, on the obverse of the record sleeve. And look here, also on the design, you can see rows of cornfields and hands rising up, reminiscent of imagery from the film The Children of the Corn and its many sequels of various quality. So the Mad Splatter, a band with only one release before now, a 3-track EP from 2010. They return 2017 with a full album of songs. Let's take a look at the reverse of the sleeve to find out some more about them. Oh, interesting. It's a different kind of sleeve. It's a fold-over sleeve. Fold-over sleeve, meaning that it doesn't have a spine. It's simply one sheet folded over. So you can see the sleeve here. So here, on the red, with black writing, the 6 tracks of side A. And here, the 6 tracks of side B. Mom's Basement Records. Mom's Basement Records, number 12 in their catalogue, and it's from 2017. Astonishing! Isn't it funny how many years there are? We can never get over how many years there are, and there just seems to be more and more as time goes by. It's hard to keep up with anyhow. Let's take a look at the record by the Mad Splatter that's called The Rose. So I'm going to use my hand and go inside, like this. I'll show you from this angle, like this, to pull it out. So watch. There's the record. Now I'm going to get a grip and pull it out. Keep an eye on me. Did it. No problem. So inside here we have indeed an insert. Very good. Look at this. Nice and glossy. The lyrics, or the song words as we call them. And here, oh, there's a picture of the band. So that you can identify them when you go and see them live. You might be looking on the stage and thinking, who the hell is this band? Who are these 4 strangers? I don't know what's going on. Hang on, you might have this in your pocket. Pull this out of your pocket. Identified. It's the Mad Splatter. Yeah? You got it? Good. Just in case you can't read their logo or any of that stuff, you can now identify them by the insert picture. So that's very interesting. Thank you very much for including that, you record people. Now let's take a look at the record Ot Solf. On this side of the label, Chapter A. Question me, not Malachi. Malachi, that's Courtney Bloody Gaines. Now let's look on side B, Chapter B. I act according to his will. That's funny because that's also a quote from Children of the Corn movie.
Stephen King's Children of the Corn, the book made into the movie. I guess it's all about nostalgia with us. I know Chuck, our bass player, and I kind of grew up watching that movie. I always thought it was such a cool movie just because, you have this rundown Midwestern town overtaken by these children who have this cult and a plan to eradicate their parents, eradicate themselves when they reach the age of adulthood. And in that way they will find truth, through He Who Walks Behind the Rose, which was pretty cool. Another element of the movie I really liked was the dialogue with the children. It kind of sounded like at times like these radical Bible preachers that you would see on, Sunday mornings on cable access television, which was pretty cool. With all the nostalgia with that film with us, I thought it'd be cool to, kind of reflect it in the songs we have, and we ended up making a record, loosely based on it, the Rose. So, that's what that film means to us.
I'm going to pull this out of its sleeve so I can take a closer look. Maybe even listen to the damn thing. This version of the record is on a classic black vinyl. Look at this. It's lovely looking black though. I like the difference of the white label and the black vinyl. Very nice. Mum's Basement Records, side A, as I previously said. Weren't you listening? Get a little fix on your head, Sonny. Side B.
Side B.
Here it is again. Lovely, lovely. And I'm now going to listen to it. And you can join me if you like. Yeah? You're going to come along with me? Yeah? Going to give it a little go? Come on. Let's see if it's really good. Or if it's a pile of old shit that you'd find down at the local junk heap, waiting to be destroyed alongside all of the other incinerator crap. Let's have a listen to side A. Humongous. I'm fairly pleased with this. I'm glad I picked this up. But I'm just wondering at the moment, maybe that was just a fluke song. What if the songs on one side are good and the songs on the other side aren't quite so good, and I've made a terrible mistake with my purchase and I want my money back? Let's find out what the other side's like just after I've given it a swivel. So hang on. Oh my god, this is tough to turn. Oh my god. Oh, this is quite a job. Oh, this record is a tough one to turn. As you know, some records are easier to swivel and some a little bit harder to turn around from A to B. This one's a little bit of a tough time. I'm going to give this a 4.5 out of 5 for ease of swivel. It just doesn't swivel very well. Oh, if someone says to you, oh, let me see the label on the other side, it'd be hard pressed to do it quickly. Oh, there it is, you'd say. Oh, now I've got to move the bloody thing back. Oh, done it. It's bloody tough. But let me tell you, other than the swivel, we can have a listen to see if it's a load of old shit, or to find out if it's something blessed from the high clouds, passed down from Lord Berry Goose. You know what I'm talking about. Let's go. As consistent as the day is young. This is an album I can rely on when I'm after this particular sound from the band. If it's called the Mad Splatter from Mum's Basement Records. 12 very good sounding songs. I'm very happy with this album. I'm Very happy with this album. Of course. Now I come to think of it, if I didn't have quite enough money in my pocket, if I was running a bit low on funds because I spent all my money on fur to keep my dog in comfort, if I spent all my money on little clumps of posh fur to line my dog's bed with so that he could lie in soft comfort, but I didn't have enough left to buy a whole record and I could only buy one side, be it side A or side B, if I could only afford one side of the record, which side would I get? Which side would I recommend that you buy if you've only got £6 and not £12 this summer? Well, I plumped for side A, and let me tell you why. Because whereas the songs are fairly consistent, side A, it has an electric buzz. An electric buzz at the start of the first song. It has a great intro. It's a really fantastic little punch in the face from side A, from track 1. It's a really great start to the record. So I wouldn't want to go in halfway through, do you know what I mean? It's a bit of a journey from the start to the end. Listen to it from the start. So if you can only get one side, get side A. Now anyway, enough of this rubbish. Let's find out if we can find out some more about this important record.
I guess a brief story of it would be, we actually kind of demoed those songs probably like 4 or 5 years before we actually recorded it. We were kind of on a brief hiatus at the time, and I just, for some reason, just started demoing songs for no reason, and it cohesively became most of what the Roses, what came out on the record. And once we got back to playing again, Chuck and I went through the songs, and we kind of got the record together, and started recording it. And from the start, the record was just really difficult. It gave us a lot of trouble. I mean, you see the gray hair here. I mean, that's all the Rose right there. We went to my buddy Mike, who has a studio, Nosy Little Critter, and recorded drums there. And then I had the bright idea of doing the rest of the record myself at my home studio. And whatever could go wrong went wrong during that time. It took a long time to get that record done, and thankful for John and Mom's Piece of Record. He had so much, he believed in us, and he gave us, so much time to get it done, and was very patient with us, and we really appreciate that from him. But it came out, and we thought it came out great.
Tell me about the art if you want.
Generally, the idea, I guess, was when I first saw it, it kind of reflected a lot of what we were trying to do on the record with like the Children of the Corn and the Cult and things like that. When you see like the hands coming through the cornfield, kind of looks like a sacrifice, a person being swallowed up by the corn and going to hell, which was pretty cool. When I first saw the finished product, I kind of thought it might have been a little too emo looking. But then, we received feedback saying, oh, that's like a freaky cover and things, and people made a lot of comments on that. So, hey, I guess if it works, it works.
Oh, God, what's happening? Anyway, so that was The Rose by the Mad Splatter. Go and get it if you want. Otherwise, don't even bother, yeah? But you're bothered watching this, so thanks anyway. Have a nice summer. Have a nice winter. Japanese, lemons, sponges, oval cakes, and wood chips. Okay? See you next year.
So working with John and Mom's Basement Records was a very pleasant experience. We got to talking with John at shows. He would come out and we would talk a lot, and we loved what he was doing on his label. The releases he was putting out, and we thought our band gelled really well with what he was doing. And then one day he was just like, "I'd love to do a record with you guys," and we were like super stoked. And we had just the record for him, The Rose. So we got started on that, and John was just great. He was so patient. Gave us all the time in the world to get it done. As I mentioned before, we had a lot of difficulty with that record, and it took much longer than we thought it would. So he stuck with us, and we finally got it done. And he helped so much. He was so supportive. He helped us out with getting the artwork together. Getting merchandise together for it, and pushing it and everything like that. And so, I just gotta say, he just was a pleasure to work with. We love his label, and he's gonna do good things. looking forward to his next release, so keep an eye out for that. So all I want to say is thank you, John.
We will bring the Lord two by using one.
Not blaspheme, Malachi.
Thank you ever so much for watching my very good video. Don't forget to subscribe to the Very Good channel and come back next week for another very good video. A video to watch. Now, it's a good video.